Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. There is a new DLC, well, not a DLC, but a new update that I've already forgot the name of. It's like the Sweet Dreams update. They've added some interesting stuff. They added a new room called the kitchen, which we're gonna have to, probably turn this into over here. That has spice grinders that do different things, have different effects on the food. So a we're gonna see some changes there, and then there's also some sleep related stuff, so it'll be interesting. I'm not exactly sure how any of it works yet, but we will get into it. I think what we are looking for in the immediate future is working on getting this volcano down here, this minor volcano, tamed, and also cleaning out here and discovering what's under some of these other or above these neutronium indicators there. I think it'd be really nice to find a metal volcano, although I highly doubt there's one on this map. I'm not seeing any other spot that would indicate any other thing in this area in general. Nope. There's this. We could tap into this room too, but we will get around to that. I do want to continue making progress on making the colony more self-sustainable, and then start pumping a little more time into our other colony here and just cleaning it up and trying to, like, expose the different things here, see if there's anything that's a benefit to us, because at some point we need to go beyond these two places and get out into space and make a little more progress other than just launching and doing some research. So I would like to get a rocket. We could start, mining this stuff, getting the artifacts, pulling those back, getting out here and just exploring these different areas. So all stuff that we want to work towards. But I think the first step in that is getting down here and starting to figure all this stuff out. So I think we are going to do a little digging. And I think it's probably a good idea to just, in case they're both volcanoes, which they probably are, just dig all the way out to here as well, just to get a better idea of what's going on there. So let's go ahead and put down our markers here and just start digging that stuff out. It doesn't have to be super high priority, but I would like to, get it done so we can figure out what exactly our plan is here. We clearly have water already in the area, so that shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. I do kind of want to dig out in this direction as well, just to kind of bring the water level down and get it all tucked away over here, just so we can work within it. I mean, it's all suit work. Everybody's going to have a suit on while they're working, so we shouldn't have any problems with people like drowning or anything, hopefully, but you just never know. So I'll let them do their thing while we work towards maybe trying to figure out. I mean, we got the food situation, I think, pretty squared away for the time being. Pepper bread doesn't seem to be an issue. I would like to expand. Eventually, the sleet wheat's gonna be a, I don't want to say a problem, but the temperature is gonna be an issue because it needs regular water, and our regular water is nowhere near. Like, you kind of got to thread that needle of having it cool, but not too cool, because if it's too cool, then it's gonna start freezing in the pipes, and we obviously don't want that. Why is there water getting stuck down there? Okay, we don't want a bunch of like wet feet. So let's get the mopping taken care of. Uh-oh, who is, oh, Harold. What is going on up here? All right. Well, looks like we kind of overstayed our welcome here. So, Harold, let's get in your suit. And now let's change your destination, get you back to the planet. Come on, Harold. No. Get back to the planet. That's your priority. There you go. Now the oxygen's coming in. Perfect. So he's not dead, which is good. We didn't get a lot of data banks. I think we launched and then kind of forgot about it. So, you know, we'll have to do a little better job at that. We don't want that building controlled. Breathability is an issue over here. It seems to be all right. I'm not too worried about it. This colony kind of is just humming along. It's not great, but it's not the worst. It looks like temperature is the real big issue in this room in particular. So hopefully these Wheezeworts do a good enough job of cooling things down. Power does appear to be a little bit of a problem. At least we have these bog jellies that are keeping our duplicants fed over here. So hopefully, you know, it'll be all right. Take a look down here. Okay, so that is a hot polluted oxygen vent. Interesting. So we can get plenty of oxygen, but it's gonna be rather toasty. Let's keep digging over here. And I would like to dig pretty much all the way through to here. Pop a ladder down. What's going on with the bathrooms? It seems to be an issue all of a sudden. I mean, at least they're already standing in the dirty water, but... And there is dirty water everywhere, so something must be going on with the bathrooms. There's no water. There's no escape for the water. Interesting. So the issue is there's too much water pumping through, and it's not giving enough room for our toilets. So we're gonna have to at least temporarily like deconstruct this so the rest of this can drain out. So our toilets are fine. I mean, it's probably gonna be a mess again at some point, but we'll just do that for now to temporarily fix the problem. And then we'll reconnect that pipe just to keep this getting watered. And more importantly, getting this room cooled, which is the whole point of that. Alright, so that's going. These are too hot, it looks like. Or are they too cold? They're too cold? Yeah, they're too cold. So this is actually not helping, having this cold water being pumped into them. We should probably... Just rethinking this, I think maybe what we should do is do a liquid bridge here. And have this water come through there. And then deconstruct this corner. And then maybe we'll just connect this into here. And the reason for doing that is that way the temperature of the polluted water, the really cold stuff, isn't affecting the thimble reed, but it still does its job of cooling the room here. And then the warmer polluted water that's getting pumped out of our bathroom will be absorbed by the plant, the thimble reed, and that has a higher temperature. You know, that's 30 degrees, and that'll kind of warm up the body temperature of the plants there. So I think that's probably the best way to deal with it. And then we can just deconstruct this entirely. Hopefully that'll solve the problem. Yeah, there we go. It's getting cleared out now. The downside is that's getting cleared out a little too quick, but that's fine. We don't need a lot of thimble reed, so I don't really mind that it's getting kind of over. Here, I do want to priority mop that though, because we just got too much liquid everywhere. All right, let's take a look at our options here. I will take steel any day of the week. I will need a lot of it in the future, so it's probably for the best to get it. We do have another minor volcano here, it looks like. So we got our water situation kind of handled. I don't know why I'd bother mopping that, because it's just gonna drip down here again. How is this going, by the way? This is 16.3 cycles. The one thing I'm kind of thinking about, and I don't want to say regretting, or something I want to make sure that I'm doing right. When this gas comes out, it's going to be 500 degrees. That heat is going to be problematic. So I think we almost need to reconfigure what we're doing here a little bit. I think we need to set up something to kind of transition that temperature, because it's going to be kind of hard to deal with. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're just going to dig into this here. That's not what I wanted to do. Let's just dig all this out. And we're gonna build up from here you know what? Let's just dig it all out. And then we'll put some scaffolding up. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just do this. And do this. So the reason I want to do this, and I only have like 16 cycles to figure this out, I am going to put some metal plates here to absorb the heat from the polluted, or from the hydrogen that gets knocked out here. And then I'll put a temperature probe in here. Once the temperature gets low enough, I'll have it open a door to this gas pump, just to make sure that we cool it down. And then we can also capture that heat and run it in through a steam turbine. So we can generate a little power from that and then cool it down to an appropriate temperature and then pump it into here and pump it through the hydrogen generators, which is going to make that even better. Let's go ahead and mop this up. Got to mop up all this stuff. What is going on there? Where did that crude oil come from? Oh, we probably had a slickster die over here or something. Okay, while we're doing that, we kind of are juggling multiple things at the same time here. Let's look at building up some scaffolding down here as well, so that we can make some progress. I do kind of want to keep some of this abyssalite in place, just because it's going to be like there's going to be a lot of hot temperatures involved here, so I do want to be a little cautious about overdoing it. But we also have to dig out underneath all this stuff. All right, let's go ahead and put some ladders down. Keep digging along here. And then we'll leave this one alone for now, but eventually we're going to have to tap into that. All right, so we'll let that do its thing. It's going to take a little while to get that all figured out. There's still a lot of gas in here. I was hoping it'd pretty much all be cleared out by now, but I guess when it's all coming down here, and we're going to have to kind of redo it anyway because I'm adding to it. So there's all this gas is going to be added, which is a little unfortunate. We do need to kind of mop that up pretty quickly. All right, we have a layer of like polluted oxygen that's just kind of settling in here, which is a little unfortunate. We are starting to get the stone hatches repopulated, so at least that carried us through some of our food crisis here. But I think we have, at this point, pretty much... I don't want sand. Okay, this is regular hatch stuff. I don't want that. I want stone hatch stuff. All right, stone hatch. Right. I think igneous rock is what we want to focus on. And let's take a look at what we actually have available. Yeah, we have a lot of igneous rock, so I don't have to worry about that anytime soon. Plus, we're getting, we're going to be getting some stuff out of the volcanoes. So, totally not worried about that at all. All right, let's see what we got going on here. They mopped it all up. That's all clean. Let's build out some more of the insulated tile here. So, unfortunately, all this air is going to kind of get in here. What is our power situation? We just got this direct hard lined in. All right, we're going to have to do something about that as well, because we're going to need to block this off at some point. I do need to put in metal tiles, and preferably, like, copper has a high thermal conductivity, so I think that's going to be our preferred avenue. We're going to need to close this off, put in some water. We're going to need to move these two like up higher. For now, I'm just going to deconstruct them, but we're going to end up putting like a steam generator in here, feeding it back into here, having this as like a little steam turbine area. And then we need to have a mechanized airlock. And we could have a ladder over here in case we ever need to get into there. We could kind of have that set up. And then once this is all switched out, we'll sort out all the pumping and everything. We should probably put some sort of shift plate in here as well. That's under utilities. Do we have diamond? We do. It's very expensive. But I think we should put at least a couple shift plates in here. We can get more diamond. I'm not worried about, you know, spending too much of it. Yeah, let's try and make that a little bit even. I'll add another one. I'll add more later on, but for now that should do. What I really want to do is just make sure that the temperature's like leveling out in there, and it gets plenty of time to get to the copper, get absorbed, heat the water that's going to be in here. The water is going to go into the steam turbine, and then that's gonna get that all going okay. So hopefully that will end up being a net gain overall. In the meantime, this is just going to keep pumping out the air. How is our digging doing down here? Seems to be doing all right. We have a lot of plastic building up, which is great. 9 tons of plastic. So that does give us the ability to kind of go back here, and I would like they're going up and down this spine a lot. So I would like to invest a little bit into plastic ladder. I think it's worth like coming all the way down with that. Not worried about that. But that should speed things up fairly substantially because they, like I said, run up and down this this main spine all the time. How is this working? Seems to be working all right. Got one little thing hiding there. Hopefully that'll be okay. How much reed fiber do we actually have? Oh yeah, we got plenty. I'm not worried about that at all. Why are you down here without, I don't, how did you get down here without a suit? All right, this clearly needs to go. We can't have people down here without suits. It is not good for them. All right, so it's, yeah, vacancy only. Okay. That should take care of the other way they were getting down here. So hopefully, oh no, they're coming through here too. So we need to deconstruct this as well so that there's no gap for them to come through without getting into a suit, because suits are definitely necessary down there. I don't think our critters are starving. The critters that we care about, I don't think they're starving anymore. So our plastic farm is going okay. The temperature is coming down here with this Wheeze Warp being installed. We are losing some slicksters, but there's really nothing we could do about it. I do want to copy settings here so we can get the long hair larvas out of there. Yeah, the main purpose of these slicksters was just to get the delete all the carbon dioxide that was building up at our base, and they're doing that job just fine, so I'm not overly worried about any of that. So we got our big plastic production going on right now. It's pretty good cuisine. I'm tempted to take her. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to. I think we could support another duplicant, even though it's getting kind of up there. We have a sticker bomber, apparently. What's going on with this carbon dioxide? Oh, because this is covered up. All right, well, this needs to be like a priority mop job because people run through here all the time to get food. So we need to kind of make sure we do that because that's upsetting people in general. It's just negative effect from the wet feet. So let's get this all mopped up. Hopefully in the future this will not present as much of a problem. Let's go ahead down here and take a look at what we got going on. So there's a lot of water here. The good thing is whether it's polluted water or regular water, it doesn't really matter. It's all gonna get like turned into steam and eventually shoved through a turbine. So I think we will be just fine with that. I do want to increase the priority of getting this stuff done. Just because it is going to be... I also need to build a thermo sensor here that this can operate off of. That needs to be higher priority as well. All right, so we're moving along here. Everything's going pretty well. Okay. So let us see how this is going. I do want to start. I mean, we have the food to spare at the moment, so I didn't want to do that. All right, this I still want to be sweet. I need the sugar. But I do want to start making these like stone hatch only. I want to start that transition to stone hatches, so hopefully things will start moving in that direction. All right. We are almost complete here. Kind of want to analyze these at some point. But this should be a good net power producer. It'll give us like unlimited igneous rock, so these stone hatches will be doing quite well for a while. And that will help with the I don't want to say food issue, but it'll help stabilize the food if we just have a perpetual endless source of meat. All right, I mean, they're not doing anything with the ladders yet. I was kind of hoping they'd be making a little more progress by now. Well, they kind of need to get in there to get the plastic, so that's the one downside of all our plastic being shoved up in the spaceship, is they got to go up there every time they want to build a ladder section. But they are doing it. It's just taking a little more time than I hoped. Just keep mopping up all this liquid everywhere. Why did this become unreachable? I did not. Oh. Yeah, auto. Okay. So temperature wise, yeah, we could leave that open. And we do want to insulate all this. We could start putting a like a liquid vent into here and just dumping some water. This water is doing nothing, and it happens to be right there. So let's go ahead and just kind of connect that together. I do want to up the priority of this because, you know, that needs to be done before I start dumping water in there. We only have 11 cycles left to figure this out. Oh, I'm surprised the dupe didn't get trapped in here. I thought for sure one would get trapped. All right, so that, well, come on, get this built here, dude. All right, now we can get this done, and we can start filling this up with water, and that should be good to go. Hopefully, we'll see. These temp shift plates are getting done, which is good. I don't know how there's still, this thing's been pumping non-stop for like 30 cycles, and it's still pumping out air, which is kind of crazy to me. But, you know, it is what it is. It is vacuum, right? Like, I don't think it's not vacuumed. I mean, now that this is busted open, all this is going to leak down here and make it worse again, but at least it's moving in the right direction. All right, so I think... Oh, so we don't even necessarily need power to this thing. That just opens it and closes it faster. Well, that's good. So what I'm gonna have to do here is do a heavy watt joint plate. Then we're gonna have to like remove this and put something else there. I don't really want to deconstruct that yet. I want to wait until the last possible second because I want to pump out as much of everything as possible. And the downside is all this little stuff is gonna get kind of caught up, which is unfortunate, but it's gonna do damage to all our hydrogen generators when all these like little micrograms of chlorine and stuff get in there. So that's why I want to clear as much of it out as possible. I do want to... I gotta deconstruct that, apparently. I don't know if I'm going to be able to wire that directly in. That might be a little bit of a problem, which kind of sucks because like everything is laid out exactly as I need it, and I don't want to have to like move it all down by one just because of that. So I think we're gonna run into a problem here. Yeah, we are. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do something janky here because don't want to move it down, but I'm gonna just put it up one and then run the wire down, which will work fine. It just looks like garbage, so I'll have to live with that sin for a while, but that's all right. I think that should be fine. Yeah, let's just deconstruct this heavy watt wire and make sure that we give ourselves adequate space to construct this wire. do a priority 8 on all that stuff, and then I need to like box this off. Well, not yet, but soon. Because I need everything that came out of here to disappear as well. Okay, this is getting full-ish. I think I want a little more. And then we can look at cutting this water off. We also have to kind of plumb a little bit of cooling here. Because this has to output, so I think what we're going to do is just do a little radiant cooling here. And then we will, well, this can just be regular liquid pipe, and this doesn't need to exist. But we can go ahead and dump that liquid back into here. And hopefully that will help with the temperature of this steam turbine. We're gonna have to dump a little bit of liquid in. Oh my, he is glowing. He is irradiated. That's not good. I think we might have to make some rad pills to calm them down a little bit. Let's take a look at our hatches here. I'm just gonna start killing off the regular hatches. All right, hopefully we can start clearing that out. All right, so I think that's probably a good spot to put the cut in for today. We're working towards our like volcano generator here, moving our water supply and trying to get this hydrogen generator sorted out. So thank you for watching. We will catch you in the next one.